Oh, we're there. We're here. It's Random DMs. Hello, everybody. You are very welcome along to the latest. And technically, if you haven't been here before now, you've missed nothing, because the last time around, it was just a prologue. This is kind of...
This is the full log.
Yeah, it's the full log. The full log.
This is the full log.
Yeah, the full... If you say
we're going whole log.
Yeah, whole log. of Dragon of Icespire Peak. A very random take on it. I am Declan, and I'm not the DM. I'm sitting over, well, on the overlay, I'm sitting over here. And
so big and brave of you.
Oh, I have a typo in your name. I will fix it.
No, don't.
Why is there a Y? And so aside from having to fix that, which there has to be some sort of technical issue,
the D8 streamer.
It's of course
that's not a technical issue. That's a technical perk.
Technically, we've this is Random DMs, a show where we run pre-established modular campaigns, and we do every session it's a different DM. I kicked things off last time round with our prologue, and now it's over to. And if you did watch the prologue, you're like, hey, a second, Ralph was supposed to do the session tonight. Don't worry, we're all about calling people out.
I got sick. I'm still coughing up phlegm. I got a throat infection. I'm sorry. I couldn't.
So yeah, they got a throat infection, and then I was supposed to take over, and then another person got sick, and I had kind of done a lot of work, so we were all kind of like, we'll just let Donnie do it this time.
So and we're
just main charactered their way into telling the next time.
And we're down. Emma is away on holidays this week. And
miss you, Emma.
Probably very much 2 or 3 pints into their Thursday evening. So if you are Emma,
are they?
Enjoy. They're in Spain.
I was in chat at a Paramore concert. You could be in chat in Spain, Emma.
And Emma, if you are watching,
I was in chat at a Paramore concert last season, so
no excuses. We've got we're kicking things off. I will hand you over to our DM Dahi in 2 seconds. I just very quickly want to tell you about some of the stuff here at D8 Dungeon. First and foremost, if you're new to these parts, welcome along. We are a group of Irish TTRPG role-playing game enthusiasts who love telling stories and putting them out there in the form of shows like this, or our Monday night stream Beyond Horizon's Edge, our Friday night, our fortnightly podcast Romancing the Dungeon, our TTRPG talk show every other Thursday next week, Ben and Declan on a roll, and then there's another show coming very, very soon.
Another one?
Yeah, and I'm going to stay as the DM in that one because Random DMs.
Declan can't be stopped.
No. And I may have sold some of the other D8 crew on another show. So
fun.
Yeah. I will eventually stop gaming, maybe. Possibly.
We'll send you a cease and desist if we have to.
Yes, I think that's going to have to. Yeah,
we'll get legal on you.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to get legal involved.
This is why you made this. You made DMs because you're like, I have to convince people that sometimes I don't DM.
Yes, and sometimes I don't, and sometimes I just sit there going. You can check out more about us over on social media at D8 Dungeon, and there's a link to our Discord server where you can pop in. I will mention now, but we'll have more details probably next week. We have begun organizing our annual tabletop role-playing game charity stream, and taking place over 2.5 days. We use our platform here on Twitch to help raise funds for worthwhile causes. So for more information on that and to keep up with it, do check us out on social media. And best spot, because we'll be announcing stuff early, probably tomorrow, on our Discord server. So we want to give first dibs to people. So check that out. Last thing to mention, very, very last thing to mention, and then I will shut up and we can start playing D&D, is some friends of the show. We have a discount code for Mystery Dice Goblin, purveyors of some amazing TTRPG goodies and accessories. So whether you're in the mood for some new dice or accessories, or you want some enamel pins, I strongly encourage you to check out mysterydicegoblin.com, and if you use the code D8, you get 15% off your order, and we get a portion of that sale. It comes back to us, and that helps us pay artists for character artwork, and musicians for theme music, and so on and so forth. That's it.
Done? Is it my turn now?
I can relax.
You can
I have nothing to do for the next 2.5 hours.
Except be anxious because I'm DMing. Good evening. So I'm going to kick off, right? About to kick off.
Kick off, girl.
Pop off.
Go off, sis. Pop off, girliana. We left off with Oster Curé, our plucky Air Genasi, telling us all about how we reached Phandalin and we saw some ominous shadow shrieking through the sky. However, we got back to a slightly different scene, a little bit more of a comfortable scene, as all four of us, one of us missing currently, are relaxing back at the Bard's Quill. We pan into our 5 heroes. The seat is sprawled across the chaise longue. Of course, they brought one. Twirling a glass of wine, watching the rest of the group. Oster, what are you up to currently as Deceit is lounging away in your bar? What is Oster up to?
So the best way for Oster to relax is to help other people. So he is actually like that. Like maybe I don't know if Deceit's having a little snack. Maybe it's just picking away at some like pistachios. But like he's swept up the kind of the shells there and topped up your drink.
He's busying himself.
Yeah, 100%.
He's hostessing with the mostest thing.
Yes, and overbearingly so as well, like hovering, kind of like just waiting for someone to ask him to do something.
Yeah, I think at that, Deceit just kind of says, we could probably do with some snacks for the show that's about to start. Maybe you could get on that, my darling. Because I feel like at this stage, Deceit knows Oster. Like they've got a bit of rapport that way.
Way ahead of you. I've actually prepared a little something, and he is kind of like, it's that thing of like, oh yes, they asked, yes. And there's like some slight pottering and clanging coming from the kitchen, like as he's kind of finishing up what he's been preparing.
Perfect. Deceit gets up from the chaise longue and kind of begins to slink across the bar towards a stage ? There's like a space at the side of the bar. All the while, Gideon, what is Gideon up to since we last left him off?
He is knitting.
Aw. Are his moths enjoying the knitting?
Yeah, he has there's a tiny little bowl to one side that has yarn in it for the moths to eat.
Oh.
And then he just uses the rest to knit past him, like pensively.
What is he knitting?
He's taking up knitting in his late 30s.
What is he knitting?
He's knitting like a scarf. Like it's really simple. Like yeah.
Okay, that's fun. Yeah. That's great. I like that he has a little bowl for his mom.
Yeah, he's kind of like set up in like a corner, like just like slumped over, but like very cozy looking. Yeah.
As Gideon is knitting away in the corner and the moths are having a little nibble, you see is on this little stage space now and seems to be directing no one or someone that's you can't see. He's just directing, and things are happening and things are moving about up on stage. As that's happening, we have a whole retinue of knights and our lovely.
Currently, she is off to one corner, entertaining some of her soldiers who are also inside the Bard's Quill, drinking and chatting and being extremely rowdy. And for some reason or another, she has somehow talked one of the waiters at the Bard's Quill to participate in an archery game where the waiter has to stand there with an apple on their head and she is shooting the arrows with a couple of her soldiers. Something like, whoever can beat me will get like increase in pay or something like that. And now she is having an archery competition.
I feel like Deceit is so into this that Deceit is had to pull themselves away from this little competition to get over to their little stage and is kind of loving this. Um, as the evening progresses a little bit and Deceit's machinations come together, Oster, you come back with your snacks and you lay them out for whoever's at the table. Fung, you and your retinue maybe turn towards the other group and the rest of the group and begin to engage with some of these snacks and stuff. Gideon, you maybe have now some snacks for yourself as well as your moths being able to eat something. And as you all get together, Deceit just kind of just clears their throat amongst you all. It says, now, everyone, we had a lovely little recollection of what happened on our first meeting from our darling Oster, but I think I would like to tell the story of what happens next. And I will start with a poem.
I bet you will.
And they begin their poem. From Phandalin once more called on were we. Of 5 we strode down golden coast of swords. O Neverwinter, far from you we flee, to Dragon's Maw o'er mountains, hills, and fjords. 'Neath spires of ice and jagged teeth of rock, the welkin screams its frosty knell for us, a clarion for heroes who would knock. Such victory would prove so glamorous. For older pals we find ourselves forlorn, of lives we leave through means that match the ends. From lineage we found ourselves so shorn, and swarms of those we found we call our friends. In Phandalin, a new seed starts to grow. Now please, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. As suddenly a purple and orange smoke whirls around the stage, alight with stars and glitter. The stage is completely enveloped. A scream of a dragon, the whipping of wind, the sounds of wildlife. We have our opening scene as it sits upon the stage. The smoke clears, and you remember it so clearly now. Phandalin in the distance. The ruins of what was very likely a much more impressive town and possibly city in ages past lies before you all. Just a couple 100 meters down the road, the town of Phandalin, not a small town, but it's no Neverwinter, nestled under the ice towers of the Sword Mountains in a quaint and sometimes picturesque locale. You find yourselves remembering why you've come here in the first place. You were told this town is under attack, under threat. It must be that loud shriek you heard. And whoever hears this shriek may give me a perception or survival check, please. Give me some perception or survival checks, babes. Let's go.
Oh, I suck in both. I have +2 in insight.
Not the Sheamus of favor.
Not that it matters. 6 from me.
Goodness.
11.
I'm watching a 3D dice like lag and glitch across my screen.
Do you have reason?
And
10.
D&D Beyond is extremely laggy.
I don't. I'm that my all of my stuff is like everywhere right now. I don't know where anything is, so I don't know where my dice are.
I'll give you your dice rolls way in
But
advance.
I got a 10. I got a 10.
A 10? Do we only get 11, 10, and 9? Or 6, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
6.
Well, that was a shriek. You heard a shriek across the sky.
The scream at Scrum.
The scream has been scrumped, ladies and gentlemen. Also, with that lovely little sonnet, you all gain a poetic inspiration for the session. It is bardic inspiration is 1d6. It can be used from now until the end of the session. It is Deceit's way of helping you throughout the session without being present, because they're going to be doing fabulous things in the corner.
Just for
so you all get
just for point of reference, Oster thought the shriek came from Deceit. So he's looked over to be like, maybe it's just Deceit doing warm-ups.
Fully. I'm going to roll a deception check. I don't have my dice right here. Okay. Deceit's deception is, yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, he gets advantage on pretending to be other people, or they get advantage. So that's like a dirty 20. So you probably did believe it was Deceit.
Love that.
You probably believe it was Deceit making noises to kind of freak some people out. Um, so you all see the town of Phandalin ahead of you. It is quite a kind of, it's like the stars, they kind of like stutter ahead, kind of like stage props. Oh, gods, when will I get the budget I need? It's a glowing evening. The dusk settles brilliantly along the blades of the mountains ahead. A light misty rain besets you as you make your way to town. Can I get Declan, Oster, can you give me a roll of a d20 for me, please?
And indeed. That's like just a straight D20 roll.
Straight d20 roll.
That's a 15.
15. Ooh, okay. Is that one the good one or the bad one? Let me double check. Where is that? Oh God, I think that's not a good one.
Oh.
I have to look at the locations of this place. Never mind, you're fine. Don't worry about it. You're okay. You hear that shriek, and it seems to move to the south of you. You guys are heading towards our lovely town of Phandalin. Deceit is kind of like striding towards Phandalin, and this light misty rain begins to kind of like, it's that kind of rain that is moving a little sideways, very Irish, but like it's a lovely bright evening, but there's this deep cloud above you, and it does kind of mist at you, and Deceit just kind of says, "Oh, we should probably get out of here before it comes down even more." I said, absolutely dashingly, I might add. My face and hair was sparkled with the crystals of fresh rain, and I... Oh, hold on, that's from my romance novel. You rush your way into Phandalin, and the closest building to you, towards your entering, the one that you recognize the most, Oster, is the Stonehill Inn. You get your way into town. Rushing in out of the possible oncoming downpour, we come upon the Stonehill Inn. Warm air, the smell of cooked meats and old ale invites you in off of the glistening streets. The atmosphere is a little tense, maybe. A pause in the chatter as you make your entrance. Naturally, I mean, pretty important. Can everybody make me a wee little insight check, maybe, as we get in here?
Oh boy.
That's a 17.
Oh,
Oh,
19.
come on, insight. Oh, come on, 19. Love. Ralph is waiting for their dice to do something.
They're being made. The dice are being made.
It's like
Do you have like a Google dice roller? Quicker.
I could probably do that.
Yeah, if you have the Google one, and you can
Yeah.
just add the pluses from your sheet, like.
It's an 18.
Okay, geez, look at us all inciting here. You get in there, and it, like, people flinched as you entered. The person at the bar, you, Oster, recognize her as Tolbin Stonehill, having been here before, reached for something under the bar. She, however, recognizes you and just goes, "Oh, goodness, oh my God. Oster, Jesus, get in out of the rain." Well, I mean, it's misting out there, but you'd be drowned. Come in and sit. And you see they look frightened. They look like on edge. What do we do?
So immediately, kind of like as Toblin kind of suggests, or like beckons us all in, Oster's going to hold the door for everybody. Like he's standing there, sort of like, and I think particularly as maybe Fung passes through, like he presses himself up against the door to make as much room as possible for Fung to come through, but his eyes are scanning like the inn and the tavern, and like he kind of, his shoulders slunk a little bit as he looks over at the bar where Thalia was kind of often pressed against, and he just hail and hail and well met, Toblin. It has been half a score, whatever. He's kind of leaning like, how fares Fandolin?
We cut back to the Bard's Quill, and the actor clearly playing Oster is going a bit too. It's doing a lot. Kidding. Tolbin just kind of looks at you strangely, just like, I'm fine, love. Come on, take a seat. Like, it's warm in here. Like, you're safe for now, but take a seat.
You have met Deceit, and
He has already flounced in, and it's just like, oh, a drink, darling, please. The road has been harsh.
And new companions, Thalia and Icespire, are no longer with us.
Make a wisdom saving throw, Oster, please.
That is saving. That is a 12.
You burst into tears.
Yeah.
Gideon and Fang, how do you feel about walking into this bar when your companion has just burst into tears talking about their previous companions? What's happening with you two? Are you just walking in? What's going on?
Gideon's been at the bar already for like the past like hour. And as soon as Deceit but you don't see him. As soon as Deceit says, "Oh, I want a drink," the back door to the kitchen swings open, and Gideon, like 5 feet tall, like walks it over, like with a giant like tanker filled with dishwater, and just slams it down in front of Deceit. Order up.
Strange, but I'll never.
You guys walk slow.
I'll try anything once, I guess. And they just like throw it down their shoulder.
If that's where your mouth is, I don't care.
Make me a stealth check. just
Sure.
real quick. Meanwhile, Fang, how is Fang engaging with this bar situation?
Fang is just
24.
looking.
You're fine. Nobody saw you. You're invisible. Upside down and invisible.
Fang is just looking at Oster as he's bawling, and she sort of like looks at him in disapproval, and sort of like, because they're technically friends now, she walks up to him and places a hand against your shoulder, and it's like an iron grip, and she will go, "Rein yourself in. We have just arrived in town. We cannot afford to show weaknesses." And then she does the dramatic look at the table of people glaring, you're whispering at us.
Fang looks directly
Yes,
at the
they
audience.
devour us. Yes.
Fang looks directly at the camera, office style. Excellent. Iconic.
With like a bar cloth, Gideon is like cleaning the dishwater glass and is like leaning over the counter to like Oster, and he's like, "Tell me about it."
Well, Thalia was about
I read this in a book
this
once.
talk, and she was so strong, just so passionate about hurting everything, and Icespire he was about this tall, and he was my mentor. He was my teacher. And then kind of, I think maybe feeling kind of Fung's grip. It's just that thing of like, but Toblin, this is Fung, and did you hire Gideon?
Albin just kind of looks and goes like, "Oh my God, jeez, child. I mean, well, look, if you're going to work for free, I'm not going to stop you. Just take it."
Yes,
I'm going to say nothing.
for free.
I'm saying nothing. He can stay cleaning those glasses. They're nightmare.
Gideon holds up a picture that he's drawn of Oster, and it's just like a stick drawing, like a big blubbering tears and like big snot coming out of his nose. And he's like, "You look like this."
Deceit just kind of is writing
Think
stuff.
about that.
Deceit is writing stuff and throwing their pen around, and it's just like, "Oh, quite the artiste, I see." And it's just like making notes about everybody and your performances.
I don't like you.
Okay, so as we kind of settle into the bar, you give me Oster, you were a little distracted. I think Gideon, give me a perception check. And I know I'll give you 10 minutes and I'll check what
I'm so good at these.
Yeah. And then
You're just asking me to do everything I'm good at, even though that's a shit roll. 11.
11. Give me with advantage because you passed the insight check before.
Wig boots.
T-boots.
That is 14.
Oh, excellent. You notice that what Tolman was going to grab under the bar was a great sword.
I assume I would have seen that, like being behind the bar.
Yeah, but I didn't know you were behind the bar, so I wrote this preempting you not being behind the bar.
Fair.
So we're going to go with what I did.
Sure.
Being behind the bar, you fully see that she was going for a great sword that she had concealed behind the bar. She still looks nervous when you lot are here. She's kind of a portly dwarf, like a big woman. She's quite barrel-chested. She's like doing a lot of work, and she's asking you guys if you need a drink, like what brings you to town. She looks to you, Austin, and she's like, well, darling, like you're only gone like a few months. Like, what brings you back so quick, my love? Like, did you hear about the trouble like we had? Did you come back for us, love? Oh, you're so good.
I can't. Well, a hero can't lie, Toblin.
Yes, they can.
Here, love. She gives you a tissue to kind of help you. Like,
yeah, and he full on blows. Like it's that like overly kind of like.
You can hold on to
that. So we and he kind of points kind of around and kind of half looking for Deceit. We were attacked on my birthday, and we have a curse, and it's to do with Vandalin, and also we heard about the dragon that's attacking, and the dragon's attached to our curse. So, as Icespire used to say, 2 birds, 1 grenade launcher.
Yeah, I remember that dwarf was a bit. He was a lot.
He sounds cool.
That's a lot now, love. Well, look, I'm not gonna lie. We do have there is a dragon roosting about, and he's somewhere in the mountains. But he keeps. Listen, you didn't hear it from me, because if they hear me talking like this, I'll be strung up. That's why I have, and she pulls out the huge sword from behind her counter. That's why I have this behind. She puts it back under, and she
says, about what? Fung slams her hand on the bar.
Give me an intimidation check.
Shit!
What is it?
I rolled a 2.
Put your hand into a bucket of nuts.
Is it a 2 plus 0? Like.
Plus 4, so 6.
Well, yeah, she rolled a 2 as well on her saving against it. So
not the bar nuts.
Like, oh, she just kind of goes, "Oh, Jesus, not the nuts! My God,
who is this Jesus you speak of?"
Let's retcon. Oh, gods!
I'm about to bust.
She just kind of goes, "Well, if you're going to harm the merchandise, maybe you need to relax a small bit. I meant this, the sword, the big feckin' sword I have behind here. We've been accosted a few times in this place. There's been raiders that live up the mountains, and now that there's a dragon about, they found it kind of opportune to come down here and start picking at us because we're weak from that dragon popping around."
Is it the red brands?
I mean, look, they're all kind of the same, love. They all just wear... I don't think it's the Red Brands anymore. I think they're kind of disbanded. They've got a new name or something. They're all up in the mountains being Egypts.
They've rebranded. Gideon's eating nuts off the floor.
1d4 psychic damage for that. She just kind of looks and goes, "Yeah, well, they've been coming down from the mountains, and that's really just it. Do you want a drink? Because that's what I do around here. I'm not really one for fighting, even though I have this thing behind here." Well, I'm going to make...
Gideon appears behind her, and he's like,
and she says,
"I will have a glass of milk."
Oh!
That's what I can do. Give me a wisdom saving throw, Alistair.
A 2 plus 1 is 3.
You burst out crying again.
Why is he crying?
Deceit just kind of leans over and just goes like, "Well, you see, milk was kind of what one of our He's really enjoyed, and he's a little bit soft right now.
A lot of people like milk.
He pours you the milk and gives you the milk.
Does he just burst into tears every time someone has any form of dairy? Because that's like a whole other level of lactose intolerance.
You know what, darling? I don't know if that's the issue, but we should press him on it sometime. Maybe not now when he's a little bit soft. Perhaps we should.
Yeah.
Maybe we should try it with some water davy and
blubbery
soon.
I disagree.
Maybe.
We must confront our issues head on. Otherwise, it controls you. Asta, why do you hate milk?
I don't hate milk. It's just that Thalia used to really like milk, but she couldn't have any of it because of her constitution issues, and it used to send her into a rage. And she
was lactose intolerant, and it made her break things.
Oh, so did she pass it on to you?
I don't think so.
He's gonna
But instead of rage, it's just.
I think at this stage,
sadness.
Oster is like, the conversation is so ridiculous about the milk that he's kind of too incoherent right now for like the next like minute or so. He's just kind of blubbering, and it's really hard to get out what he's saying. And he just kind of like puts you in a corner and just like passes over like a glass of water, and you're just kind of like,
100%.
You're kind of you're stunned from this social interaction for a second. So Fung and Gideon, give me a little perception check, or tell me what your passive perceptions are.
Oh, let me
first. Tell me what your passives are first.
My passive
is 17.
10.
Passive is 17.
I'm the one with the high passive perception this time, bitch.
I have a passive perception of 20 in our other game, so they're used to me being like,
yeah, well, we're playing this game right now, so why don't you focus?
I am focused, bitch. So your passive is 20, your passive is 17. Fung?
Minus 10.
Okay. Yeah, to be honest, with a passive of 17, even with the -5 of being involved in a conversation like this, being very heavily involved in a conversation, you still notice. Gideon, you clock a few people around the bar. You clock a very kind of pompous, middle-aged, kind of very handsome man who seems to be talking to people seems to be talking to a group of people in earnest with some flyers kind of in his hand, and he's like doing that thing that you assume. Give me a quick insight check on that, and I'll move on to the next person. You see another person,
a 9.
You assume he might be either like a politician or a shopkeep or somebody who's used to dealing with money. So
Gideon thinks he's a paper salesman.
Something fully, and he's like waving paper. You see an Earth Genasi, a very slight Earth Genasi, who is kind of at a table mostly by himself, just kind of watching you all, and just kind of like nursing a pint, just kind of like, just like watching, like, who are these people? And then you also see a couple of a human and a young elf, in corner, locked in conversation. They're the only other like notable people. They seem very wrapped in conversation with one another. Give me another insight check on
that. 10.
They are talking to each other. That is it.
They sure are.
That's all you gather from that. Yeah, that is what you gather from those people around.
Gideon like spends like a full solid like 5 minutes staring at each individual group. Like,
are you being stealthy about it, or are you just being?
No.
Oh God. Yeah.
And then he stops.
Give me a stealth check with disadvantage then. I love doing checks about this stuff. It's fun. You're good at stealth. What is your disadvantage stealth?
23.
Jesus Christ. Well, one of them got
I rolled 2 17s.
One of them got a nat 20 on their perception for you.
Whatever.
As soon as you're like looking around, as soon as you start to stare at the Earth Genasi, they stare right back at you and just kind of look at you.
Gideon turns it into like a staring contest, and like as soon as he sees him blink, he goes, "You blinked."
Just kind of go, what?
You blinked.
Yeah. And?
Do better. And he turns away and looks to the next person.
He just kind of looks at you like really sidelong, takes a big swig of his drink, and just like puts it down quite audibly. What does everybody else do in the bar? That was very visible to everybody else, including Oster, who has now snapped out of his blubbering a little bit. I think Deceit has like patted your head and like kind of like rubbed your back and be like, oh god, goodness.
Yeah, I think Oster has kind of it's that thing of like, I think also maybe feeling kind of like glares from Fung. He's very like
Me.
Sort of like, oh yeah, sorry, I've a new mentor now, and obviously this mentor has a different mindset and a way of, so he's doing his best, but he's still like, when you've been crying so long and it's like he's still kind of like a bit like that, trying to kind of catch it.
Here, you've lost a lot of water. Gideon hands you a cup of dishwater.
Thank you.
It's a new cocktail on the menu.
Well, I don't drink. Clear of mind, clear of body. And he kind of looks over at...
And clear of water.
The water is... And he's just going to look at it and just kind of put it down to one...
That's all the nutrients that's in it.
Fung, would you suggest maybe... have you experience in dragon reconnaissance?
Of course, dragons are very common where I come from. I hunt them with my family before my exile, and the light just goes to the very dim on stage. The very dramatic light.
Insight check.
Walks off to the distance.
You begin a monologue. But as you do say that, immediately you notice the mayor peaks, or not the mayor, sorry, he's the town master. You guys don't know that yet. I do, because that's what I've written about him on my notes. The really rich looking guy, Oster would recognize him as the town master, having been here before. He is the town master, Harbin Wester. He peeks up at the sound of "My family hunt dragons" and just kind of like sidles into the bar and just says, "Albin, let's get a few of our new friends and old friends. Oster, it's good to see you back in town. Where are the rest of your crew?"
They died.
Deceit just turns and just says, "They're on holiday right now. He's a little out of sorts. Maybe we just talk just us, maybe." And then Harbin is just like, "Okay, Deceit. Less of that," right? It's just like turns to the two new crew. Oster starts to cry.
Gideon is still dragging his thumb across his throat. It's like, they died.
I'm going to turn back to the lady who talked about killing dragons. Young miss, Harbin Wester, I'm the town master of this here locale. May I know your name?
Of course. And then she reaches out and shakes his hand and sort of like crushes it a bit from her natural grip.
Can we get an attack roll?
That grip deals damage.
Oh my god, I rolled my dice off somewhere.
That's fine.
13.
Yeah, his AC is probably like 10. He he squeezed his hand. Like, it is too rough a handshake, and he tries to squeeze back, but it's not enough.
She does not let go throughout the entire time. As you know, she introduces herself in a monologue, and she launches into that entire thing.
Just copy paste
my monologue here. You see him check out halfway through that monologue name, and it's like, what the fuck? Anybody, I'm sure Gideon has a really good passive insight. If you've got that good a passive perception, you see this man the squeeze is not just crushing his hand. It's like crushing the spirit out of his body.
Gideon uses this opportunity to sneak behind him and start sniffing his clothes and rummaging through his pockets.
Give me a sleight of hand check, you freak. What do you roll? Oh shit! I need dice. Sometimes you need those for Dungeons and Dragons, my friend.
It's like a 13.
Oh. He is currently very much involved in something, so we're going to give him a bit of a negative to his passive perception, which probably wouldn't have been very high anyway. So I think 13 is probably enough, especially at level 1. Let's say you reach in and grab. You can find 10 gold pieces just lying in his pockets.
Oh, nice.
Dishwater's on me tonight.
And I'm gonna just say, like, given your stealth check from before, you're fine here. It's like
I would just like to note,
crushed, and you give your monologue performance of your name.
yeah,
He's gonna says,
Yep.
you said your family killed dragons, perhaps?
yes, they are very common where we come from, and hunting and killing dragons is a sign of strength and honor.
And of you,
Can I insight check Feng when she says anything about her like this?
absolutely you can. Give me an insight check versus persuasion or deception roll, your choice. You don't have to say, Nikki. Persuasion or
Alright.
deception. You just give me the roll and don't tell me what it's
I rolled a natural 19
Ooh.
plus
I-
4, so
I
22.
have an 8. I rolled an 8.
So what does Gideon read off of that? As in, Fung, tell me what Gideon reads off of that. Like, tell me what the vibe is you're giving out. Like, is it that really convincing? Yeah, my family does that. Like, is it that the message that they pick up?
Yeah, it is. For this 19, you gather that Feng is telling the truth, 100%. But of course, off stage, Feng is like, as the monologue is happening, that real Feng is like, I don't sound like that, right? Just pointing and talking to everyone else.
You absolutely
do.
As you said, I don't sound like that. You probably said it like, that is not the sound of my. And Deceit is just like, I'm
That
already.
is not the sound that emerges from my mouth.
Deceit is like, I'm already making notes of how you refuted that. That was poetic, darling.
Yeah, but so yeah, as she says that, like, my hunt honor, and then from your impression in that scene, it makes it seem like Feng was part of the hunting, but then offstage Feng is like saying, "Oh yes, I remember this. I was not part of any of those dragon hunts. I watched my family do it."
Can I just say whatever Gideon is reading off of this, Oster is 100% sold. Like,
yeah, I think because Gideon, you rolled so low on your insight versus that, you are quite sold on this too. You all do believe that.
So you drink dragon's blood for breakfast?
Yes, we turn them into our ale. Much stronger stuff than what you have in this forgotten realm.
I'm going to say, for this conversation, the three of us, including Deceit, fully believed Feng back then. And this is why this performance comes off so well. And if we look back in the tavern, Feng, you are noticing all of our actors being fully sold on you. And I'm sure all of our group are having a good laugh about how we all believed you.
Oster still does. Like Oster still does.
and we're all talking about how we believed you. And Oster's like, yeah, believed. And it's like that Easter Bunny Santa Claus Tooth Fairy moment where you're like,
yeah.
And as that happens, the mayor just kind of says, well, you must be, I mean, judging who you've come with such a capable adventurer who's traveled with other capable adventurers before. Perhaps you could help us with a situation we have here. I have a few jobs at the moment. It's not killing a dragon, although if you could kill a dragon, that would be fucking wonderful. However, and he splays out 3 notices on the table in front of you. I have to find these currently because I didn't leave them in front of myself like a really, really smart dungeon master. Don't be like me, kids. Put all of your information in front of you. Okay. He puts 3 notices. He puts 3 notices in front of you. One of them it just says Nomengard on the top. The other says Umbrage Hill. And the last one says Dwarven Excavation. You can go through the 3 notices if you'd like. The 3 notices, the Umbrage Hill says it's about how a local midwife, the acolyte Shantea, or the acolyte of Shantea named Adabra Gwyn, lives by herself in a stone in a hill on the side of a hill of Phandalin. They're offering you a reward to do something with her, but for some reason, this thing is not telling me everything.
I can tell you what it is.
I could tell you too.
I've read this too.
What does she need? Oh, quest goals. You have to confirm her safety. Girl, that's it. You have to make sure that she's safe, she's fine, and kind of get her back. The excavation is about warning the person in charge there that there is a dragon about. And the mission in Nomengard is helping the gnomes of Nomengard with an issue that they currently have. You have no idea what would be more dangerous, what would be more inspiring, or give you the most acclaim, or what would be most fun and weird and silly and interesting. You kind of just
the dwarven excavation.
Huh?
Which one is the dwarven excavation?
It's literally to just go and tell somebody that there is a dragon about, to warn somebody about a dragon in the dwarven excavation site, which you know is close by. From just the maps you've been given, you know that the dwarven excavation site is close by, and you're told to go warn them about the dragon being here and get them to kind of come back and whatever. But the fact that they're not in Phandalin or haven't been seen poses a worry. He just kind of splays out ahead of you. He's like, I will make sure you're duly rewarded for any of these tasks, but we are at capacity right now, and we need adventurers such as yourselves, very capable dragon slaying, go get 'em types. Look, I'm a banker here. I have the money to back up. Edie knows all too well he has the money to back.
He starts like tearing at like the bottom corner of one of the Nomengard, the page for Nomengard, and just starts like ripping at it, like tearing it up into little pieces.
Maybe let's just read them. And not tear. Just.
Would you question this dangerous dragon slaying adventurer's process?
I would, especially because I'm funding it.
He's new, and Oster's gonna go to like try and step in front of him. You remember Town Master Wester, what I was like when I first came to Phandalin.
Yes. Well, just. If you could sort out some of these situations, like you did with the Red Brands and the Drow and all of those kind of little things, like we would be very appreciative. You know how generous we have been in the past, and we could continue being that generous if our town wasn't besieged by dragons and problems.
Oster's got to shoot deceit a look. Like he's being polite because this is the guy that runs the town, but
I think he's lying on the.
Yes, and like Oster fully like this guy's he's the town, so he's the town's master, he respects that, but he's also a colossal, and this is the word that Icespire might have used, gobshite. So he's just not going to call him a gobshite. But
he shoots you back the look of, yeah, I know.
If
Gideon puts another piece of paper.
If possible, Town Master Wester, if Master Fung permits, it might be possible that on the way to one, we might be able to, if we strategize our movements, and again, he's kind of looking over to Fung now.
Well, if you're trying to tell me that you can get all of these done, I will be a very happy camper indeed. And maybe with all of these people on our side and carefully back in our town and safe, we could be a little bit better off against that dragon plaguing our lands.
So if he goes to take the 3, like
he gives them. He's like, just please don't eat them. Like I get it, you need your nutrients, but we have food here. Tobin, if we could get some food for the adventurers, clearly they're starving.
Of course,
food is laid out for you guys in due time.
He does that weird. He nods, he bows, and he goes to shake Wester's hand all at the same time. It's like kind of
he does that like older man thing of the like just like grabbing your hand. I mean, like just like shaking you a little bit too like much.
On that, he saw what Fung did. He is now going to attempt
an attack roll
to do the same thing. With
his AC is like 12, so give me an attack roll. I think it's not 12, it's like 10. He's in clothes.
That's a 24.
Jesus, you roll me a d4, please.
Oh gosh.
He dies.
That's 2.
Yeah, he would take like 1 point of damage. In my mind, like regular people don't just have like 1 HP because I think that's silly. But he like goes like, "Fuck," and it's just like, okay, you're good on your word. Just pick a task, go do it, and tell me when you're done. I'll give you the money. My God, I'm going back to work. I'm not going back to work. I'm going to bed. He just fully.
Good luck with your paper sales, mister.
turns around. Oh, and he just
Fung looks
leaves.
at Oster with pride. Gives him a nod.
He takes out a little notepad. Like, again, it's a new journal for this journey, and it's like he's like learning things that it's like always start with a firm handshake.
Nice, excellent.
Oh, you've got a notebook too? Gideon like pulls out like a big fat like moldering like notebook that like plumps it down on the table. And, like a little bug flies off of it. Yeah, he opens it up. It's it's full of like, it's like a really like gross like looking like survival guide that he has. It's filled with like leaves and rubbings and like pressed like dead bugs.
Roll me a nice little luck check, D20, please, to see kind of what type of page you roll onto.
12.
Okay, it's not totally vile and disgusting, the page that you roll onto. Like, it's not like totally molding and falling apart. It's very leafy. It's very like, it looks like a druid's notebook kind of. But you know for a fact that if Gideon was to roll onto another page, it might be like a little bit more like.
There is a smell. It does smell.
It does
funny.
stink, but it didn't open onto a page that needs you all to like save against vomit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, what do you guys do for the evening? It is evening time now. It isn't like closing in a night time. There are a few more people still hanging out in the tavern that look like they might be leaving at some point soon. Maybe, you don't know. There's some people coming in and out, but like not a lot of people. It's just the people that I mentioned earlier and a couple of stragglers having a few drinks and kind of going home. And like 1 or 2 people who stay for the night or something. You have a feeling that this town is quite tense, so people are trying to spend not a lot of time out of their house.
I think Oster definitely is flitting between Fung and Toblin. I think so, with like kind of a map of the region that he would have. He has that out with the 3 kind of like quests.
Right. Yeah, Tolbin has fully marked where everything is for you because she knows the town like the back of her hand. She's fully told you where you can find everything and the best ways to them.
But it's that thing of he is diverting all kind of like say and control to Fung, and it's that thing of like he's letting the master work, and he's going back to Toblin. He's like, and how and is there any word on the Rock Seekers? And is Sildar still here?
Sildar's doing fine. Oh, he's recovering, thankfully. He was pretty badly hurt the last time I remember. But I think he's heading back to Neverwinter soon. He did stay here to recover for a little while longer. I think he wanted to make sure that the Rockseekers were looked after in their time of need. But he's been here a few months now. Probably won't be here much longer.
It's just kind of like that small talk, and every now and again he just looks back at Fung, who at the table with the map and the tasks.
Yeah.
And he's just like,
what is Fung doing? What is Fung doing?
Yes. Oh yeah, she is looking at the map and is currently inside her brain calculating the most efficient way to do all of these 3 tasks.
Excellent.
In the quickest way possible.
Give me an investigation check.
All right.
And give it to me with advantage, because this is kind of like a battle strategy in a way.
Yeah.
I'm going to say your experience. You've seen war room strategies like this before, and this is kind of a doddle compared to those.
Yeah. This is I rolled a 17.
Nice. I have to see how close all these places are together, because I've definitely prepared that.
Yes.
You're working out a plan, the plan of which I will look at.
A plan that there definitely is.
A plan that there definitely is, and is definitely possible. Wait, hold on. I literally just saw the map. You guys are here. Oh, that's really close. That's pretty close. Okay, you know that the best possible outcome, or the quickest way for you to do it is to go to Umbridge Hall first, then to Nomengard, and then to the Dwarven excavation and back. That is like the most efficient route, as in it is like closest to that one, closest to that one, last one. Because you don't know much about each one and what's involved, you don't know how long each one is going to take. So you don't know like whether Nomengard is going to be like whether the problem is just deal with a few bandits or deal with a magical threat that's, you know, ending the world. You have no information. So
all right.
Given that you were told about Nomengard and how it was this like large sort of like structure built for gnomes to like develop magical properties and magical items, you also could suggest that their problem, since it's not being solved by a bunch of magical dwarves themselves, might actually be the most difficult to overcome, or might have it has the potential to be the most disastrous, I guess. So if you wanted to do it from a case of quickest to longest, you would probably go Umbridge, Dwarven, Nomengard. But if you want to do it location quickest, you'd go Umbridge, Nomengard, Dwarven. Okay, Dwarven excavation. You have that knowledge now that you've poured over those.
I have our plan of action.
And he's gonna come. He's literally
right over.
Based on.
Wait, you guys are planning things?
How does Gideon look right now? What is Gideon doing currently? While
Gideon has found like a dark corner and like has stolen some curtains and is like covering his moths with them, like making them comfortable in a dark spot.
The tavern lady, Talbot, doesn't even notice you. She's just kind of like looking at these two. And you say, what? You guys are making plans?
And then Gideon finds like cookies to steal.
Of course, there is money to be made here. We must be efficient with our time so that we earn as much in the shortest time available to us before we face the dragon and end our curse.
And people to help.
Our curse? Their curse.
The scene is just lying. It's just lying like across the bar, and it's just like, I heard money to be made. That sounds good. If you have the most efficient way for me to make a glamorous amount of money, I would be so happy to do it.
Yes. First, we shall go to this.
Huh?
What would you do to help in a fight?
Oh, I could do lots of things. And you just see like lights and sparkles twinkle around your seat.
How do lights and sparkles win a fight?
Oh, you'll have to see, my darling.
They can be the distraction from when archers fire at them. Then we will sneak behind and slit their throats.
Sometime when you're older.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
Sometime when you're older, I'll have to tell you about the time that I became a sexy bugbear and then Talbot interrupts to see just like, you have a plan? That's lovely. I'll get you some food. I'll have you board for the night because you seem to be you're a lovely bunch. You're with these two. I'll have you bed and board for the night. And you can stay here, wake up in the morning, and do what you're doing. Unless you wanted to leave by night,
of course,
it's up to you.
But we leave at 6 o'clock sharp tomorrow. Be up 10 minutes
yes,
before.
Ma'am.
Would you like a wake-up call? I can do that.
No.
Oh.
Yes, please, Toblin.
Oh, lovely. I'll be up to you at 6. I'll be up to you at 5:55 early, and then I'll do 5:55, and then I'll do a 5:57, and then I'll do a 6 o'clock. Just because some people don't get up straight away. Because I'm like that. I'm like, and then she's busying herself around the bar talking about how she sets her alarm 4 different times before she gets.
Gideon looks at the map and like quickly estimates how late he can sleep in and still get to the first location, like through like the back roads, like at the same time.
You
like
estimate that you could get up at like maybe 6:30 and make it there as about as fast as the crew gets there. You aren't, however, anticipating the fact that Fung might actually drag you out of bed in the morning. Like it might happen, it might not. You know that's a distinct possibility.
If Fung can find me,
you're all
I stealth in my
room,
sleep, bitch.
So... Right. Do we bed down for the night and get up at 6 a.m.?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Are we okay to take a wee little break there and then come back?
Yeah.
Weekends?
All right.
Lovely. I kind of have to use the bathroom, and also this is a nice natural break moment.
Cool.
Yeah.
I will check us out. See you all in like 5 or 10. And we're back. And we're here. And
Hello, everyone.
I hope you are promptly hydrated and plenty of snacks.
I know I am.
There's nothing in that.
Yeah, it's because I've drank it all, i.e. I'm hydrated.
Yeah.
Program.
We
Sure.
have... Hey, Icespire. We are playing Random DMs, Dragon of Icespire Peak, and Dai is our Dungeon Master. So I'm going to shut up and Dai, get back to work.
Take it away.
Rooster crow. It's the morning. No.
Bow, 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 bow.
Dragon scream.
So-
It's the morning.
Yeah. It is a very early 5:55, and the three of you hear a rapping on your door, just saying, "Wake up call! I'll be back in 5 minutes." I'm assuming Fung, you're
is already up.
up, like putting on your armor.
Up and dressed.
Yeah, excellent. How early do you think Fung wakes up? What, like, is it like 5:30, 5 o'clock kind of thing?
Yeah, probably like 5:30, already washed, dressed up, and is like doing push-ups in like the corner.
Iconic. So then we have Gideon. Gideon's just straight up still asleep?
Yeah, bitch.
Gideon, give me a stealth check at disadvantage. Just to see if you can stay hidden asleep.
Is the
You still have the
is
bard.
the line
Oh,
thing?
you can line if you want to. Oh, let me explain. We're back from a break, so I'll explain a little rule that Deceit has for all of their sessions. So since this is a stage play, kind of, pretty much.
And we're all clowns in this circus.
We're all clowns in this circus. Deceit has a line, as a mechanic, where any of the actors, when they feel like they've done poorly in a role, can yell the word, or can say the word line, and they get to roll a d20 or any dice, and if they get an odd result, they critical fail. If they get an even result, they critical succeed. So roll me a dice and see if you get odd or even.
All right. It's odd.
So you have yelled line for this. How would Gideon have hidden himself to sleep?
He's like under the bed.
Oh, you're under the bed sideways.
Yeah.
Like, as in, you're the wrong orientation for the bed. This is how this has failed so dramatically that you've done poorly in the line. Like, you are opposite way. You're lengthways. Like, you're perpendicular with the bed.
In fairness, Gideon hasn't slept in a bed in like at least
For real.
2 years.
And there is a very obvious sound of a swarm of moths near you. It's so obvious where you are. And Fung.
No, but the moth cage with the silk screen is like propped up on the top of the bed with the bed cover over it.
Yeah, it's so
like and Gideon thinks he is like hidden himself.
Your mind hidden.
Yeah.
Fung, you woke up and noticed Gideon sleeping like that the whole time. So you're just like doing your exercise and stuff, waiting to wake Oster. When does Fung wake everybody else up?
At 6 on the dot.
Excellent.
Like,
what do you
the
do
boy
to wake
arrives
everyone
just-
up? Do you like shout? Do you like
This is
what kind of thing?
no. This is an exaggerated version from a stage play point of view. So she takes out 2 cymbals.
It's like,
And then the real one's like, I didn't do that. No.
and we cut back to the Bard School. It's like, no. You said it was some sort of like wake up sort of tradition that you had, like for dragon hunting, like in the mornings, you would always crash 2 cymbals together. I remember it vividly. We come back and the cymbals have been crashed together, and the 2 of you wake up to Fung at 6 in the morning sharp. Oster, do you think Oster would have woken up pre this?
Oh yeah, Oster was awake before Toblin's wake up thing, but didn't get out of bed until he got the thing saying to get
until
out of bed.
the 5:55.
Yeah, he didn't want to feel like he had wasted Toblin's time. But it is that thing of like he gets out of bed 5 minutes before, and then on hearing the crashing of the cymbals, it's that thing of like, Oh God, I'm so late. I'm late. And he's, I think, kind of even got his tunic on like backwards as he kind of comes out the door,
Cool.
and like stands to kind of full attention in front of Fung, like as if, ma'am, ready? Yes, ma'am.
Deceit is like Deceit has like is awake technically, but is like they have cast disguise self on themselves to look awake, but they're fully like dozing in front of you.
It's just those Homer Simpson glasses with the eye.
They have wasted a spell slot to look the same with eyes open.
Love that.
Gideon, is Gideon up and kind of getting up, or is just how is Gideon in this?
No, he's just trying to scramble and hide under the bed more.
Fung, you fully see.
But obviously we know this.
What do you do? Like, did you try?
Fung was about to do that, and then an idea came to her. Oster, you wish for training, yes?
Yeah, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's time for us to train your endurance. And then the next cut, as we're on the way to the first location, is Oster dragging Gideon like a sack. You're doing the march up.
The thing is,
to train the endurance.
Yeah. Gideon is fine because Gideon gets to stay asleep.
Yeah, like Gideon does not want you to touch him though, so he makes you like a tiny like a hammock kind of thing that you could like sling over your back. Like it's whatever those things that
you got. Are any of you two
whatever they're called
proficient? Are any of you two proficient in a tool?
Let's see.
No.
Books, utensils, or tools?
Okay, wait. Okay, can I say that Gideon is proficient in bushcraft? Like Bear Grylls-ing it. Like there's no tool for that. But Gideon knows how to make a hammock.
That's true. I'll get you to
basically being homeless for like the past 2 years. So
survival check with no disadvantage because Oster can give you the help action.
Work.
You love me because I'm giving you all your best fucking rolls, but
I'm getting shit rolls.
Good. You deserve it.
What was the inspiration? That it was a D6?
D6. Mm-hmm. I love that you're...
Oh, you're using it for this?
Yes.
Let's go.
Gideon needs more sleep. What the fuck? So it was it's a 10.
You make a passable Bjorn.
Yeah.
To be carried in. However, the way you've made it, Oster, you end up carrying Gideon front ways, and you're carrying him kind of like a baby.
That's
and fine. Gideon, you're kind of like slumped baby facing Oster. And also, Oster, you now have to carry the moths on your back.
Yeah, you do. The moths are on your back.
But he's 100%. Yeah, but he's talking to the moths like the entire time. Oster is like trying to communicate them. Like he's like asking them all their names, and just that. Like he's fully aware that this is training, and training is important, and you have to pay attention. But it's also the thing of he wants to get to know everybody in the in the party now, in the group, and as far as he's concerned,
this is friendship.
If the moths are Gideon's friends, then the moths are now his friends as well, and he needs to get to know them. So he is kind of like...
Make me an animal handling check.
Oh, that is a thing that he has +1 to. And that's a 12, but I'm going to use my poetic inspiration on this. This is what he would put it.
He would. Yeah. That's so fair.
This entire crop of moths are going to be dead in a week. Like
Gideon doing bardic inspiration for sleeping in, and Oster doing bardic inspiration for this is so fitting.
16 with the
great. Okay, with 16, Gideon, you notice when you like, because obviously Oster, you're not going to notice how these moths behave. You don't know much about moths, but Gideon, you notice that in your kind of drowsy sleepiness, you notice that as Oster does talk to these moths, they respond kindly. They respond like in a friendly manner. They kind of don't shy away from him too much. They do kind of gather close to the warmth of where his like back is, not in a like this is a strange person, like, ooh, warm friend kind of thing.
No
It doesn't
keeper
feel
for them today.
It feels like
Traitors.
it's weird. It's weird for you because you're not used to other people kind of getting along with the moths. But I don't know if you read this as necessarily a bad thing or a good thing. You don't know how. It's kind of like young Gideon probably wouldn't really know
Gideon
how to
reads
feel
this
about
as a terrible thing.
Okay, great, perfect.
His moths are his.
You notice that they seem to be getting along okay with Office for Gideon. Bad, I'm assuming.
Bastard.
You said. We head out. As we head out, Fung, you notice that you have had to basically walk to seat with you because they are fully sleeping. They're sleepwalking with you.
We are in honk shoe me mode. Like
they're in
for
honk shoe
real.
me mode. Ooh, bah, bah, or whatever it is for starting theater. You get out the door.
Yeah.
You get out the door of the tavern. No time for. Or do you guys stop for breakfast? Do you guys have some breakfast before you go, or is it kind of like a we're traveling? We have snack. We have like granola bar type like.
Oh, Fung has that covered. She hands everyone one potato.
Excellent. You all get a potato.
Gideon throws the potato away and steals food.
You're asleep.
As we're like leaving the door, he just goes like out of the hammock and snatches the nearest food item.
give me a D20 roll.
Yeah, for real. This is what I'm gonna roll good on. Yeah, 16.
Cool. You get like a nice like slice of bacon or two.
Yeah.
To like snack on that as you go.
Yeah.
You head out the door and stumbling around the tavern are these like two figures that are just kind of like wobbling around. Where are you heading to first, actually, Fung? Is it Umbridge Hill, did we say?
Yeah, Umbridge Hill.
So you see these two figures like stumbling around, and you think like, if this would be normal if it was the evening time, but like, did they drink here overnight and are only going home now? They seem to be like fully cloaked, just kind of, like very like huddled up. Whoever, I think Oster and Fung, give me an insight check, please.
Okay. Oh, 12.
Only an 8.
12 beats it. Beats it. These aren't people, and in their wobbling, they seem to be looking like over their shoulders at you and at your group, and you see a long snout poke out of one of the cloaks. It looks reptilian, perhaps. What do you do? Do you let on that you know that you see them, or do you just kind of how do you react?
Are they hostile? Do they seem hostile when they look at us?
On that insight,
that's what you're gonna say. Are they hot?
Are they hot? They're stunning, gorgeous, darling. No, they don't hostile so far, but they are watching you all intently. Like they keep looking back, and as soon as they see you catch their eyes, they kind of like freeze up and kind of like don't do anything.
I march up to them.
They're just like standing backs to you. What do you do?
Yeah,
Why do we stop? Why do I smell a zoo?
I march up to them and I go, "What do you want with us? You are eyeing us most fiendishly."
This isn't supposed to how this is supposed to be how this went. No, it's fine. They still think we're people. It's fine. No. And you hear multiple voices, and you see like this tall humanoid kind of person like rack around, and the cloak falls off, and it's 3 kobolds standing on top of one another, and the shorter figure beside turns around and goes, "You idiot!" And it's 2 kobolds standing on top of each other to pretend to be a dwarf. The stack of 3 kobolds draws a knife and says, and throws a knife at you. Misses completely, but roll initiative, everybody.
Infidels! I
It's
draw my
6
weapon.
It
a.m.
is 6 a.m. and they've been watching you, bro.
Who's starting a fight with strangers on the road at 6 a.m.? What is this, Dublin?
13.
Oh, I need to keep track of your initiatives.
Yes, that is something that a DM must
Fuck
do.
Google Roller. I don't like Google Roller.
I also rolled 13.
You know what?
It's fine. I'm asleep, so I guess
I'm gonna
this
put
makes
all of
sense.
these things. I'm gonna put the 2 stacks on different turns. I'm giving one a turn and the other turn, even though there's 3 of them and 2 of them. Okay, they got that's high. Oh, I know how to do numbers. This is my favorite part of Dungeons and Dragons. Not
Me when I
me when I
lie.
lie. Fung, what did you get?
13.
13. Gideon,
8.
8. And Oster, you got a 13 as well?
Yes.
Oster, what is your dex bonus?
+3.
Fung, what is your dex?
Mine's also +3.
Okay, do you want to roll a d20?
Oh,
We're a Dexy
100%
bunch.
is automatically going to defer to Fung.
Perfect.
We have no beef.
Unless ordered to do otherwise.
Fung goes first. First out of the 2 of you. Deceit is also going to roll initiative, but you know,
Yay!
I got a 4. Actually,
Yay!
Deceit is, as you notice, the simulacrum of Deceit, the face of Deceit is just leaning against the bar with the same expression, on their face that they conjured up with their disguised self, and it's just motionless. They might be asleep. Let's put everybody in order. K1, Fung, Oster, Gideon, K2, and I realized that they're ×3 and they're ×2. How much HP do they have? I will find out for you. That's how much.
As much as they need to have.
Exactly. I will find space for that somewhere. So it's going to be the first stack of kobolds' turn. The group, the 3, the person. They kind of hop off each other and immediately they panic. And so we're going to take that knife throw attack as their first attack. And it's going to be at you, Fung, for finding them out with their master plan of being people. They're going to roll to hit. Oh god, that is a 11 to hit the dagger. Yeah, I thought it might. The second one is going to go hit you again with a dagger, but they're going to try and stab you this time. That is also an 11 to, or that is also a 9 to hit. That is not going to hit. Jesus. Okay, nope. That one is a 17 to hit. Does that hit?
17 definitely hits.
Yay! I hit you. That is going to be 3 piercing damage you take. Ooh. Come on, level 1 stats. Level 1 numbers. I love working in low single digits. Fung, that is going to be your turn.
Yep. Fung will look down at the kobold that just tried to stab her. It just clips her and goes, "You infidels, you geckos, you dare strike at me? I will destroy you so thoroughly that your entire ancestral line will feel it all the way to the ethereal plane." And I'm going to slash at them.
You're just monologuing as you slash them.
Yep.
He has woken up at this stage and is writing this down. Good to know. What did you get to hit?
15 to hit.
Oh, that probably hits, I'm assuming. It does hit, actually.
Oh, and I rolled an 8 on the damage, on a D8, so I dealt 11 damage.
The first one is just dead. You just absolutely skewered this first kobold, and yes, their family
red ribbons fly out.
Their ribbon, yeah, confetti, red confetti just sprays up at the stage. Anything else for your turn? Do you have a bonus action or anything?
Bonus action. When did you take? Okay, so this. Oh, wait, never mind. I can't do this with. Yeah, that's the end of my turn. I'll just turn to the other 4 and goes, "Your family line is next. say your prayers and beg for mercy.
They're preparing another knife to throw at you. Oster, your turn.
Oster was like, it's that half distracted because he's trying to internalize a monologue, but is not quite there. It's that thing of like, oh, I also should say something to hurt their feelings before I hurt them. And then he remembers that he has Gideon kind of baby bindled around him. So it's that paternal instinct. He spins the bindle. It's that thing of like, he kind of like just spins Gideon around on his back, just sort of like shifting it as he drops.
Bindle, that's the word.
He's going to drop to the ground and sweep the leg from the top of the three. Or sorry,
there's 2 and 2 left now.
2 and 2 left. Yeah,
he's
going to go for the same group that had attacked Fung as well.
I'll tell them first 2. The other is the second 2.
Okay. So that's a 12 to hit.
That misses.
Okay.
You have.
So this is a group of 5. There's a group of 5 kobolds with 2 different turns.
Yes, they have 2 turns, so 3 attack on one turn and 2 attack on another. But now it's 2 and 2.
Okay, makes sense.
Because I didn't want to like 5 initiatives because I'm not doing that. I don't get paid enough.
With that, I have a bonus action. I can use my because So he's gonna. It's a thing of sweeps the leg, shite, misses, and it's just a load of dust he kicks up. Okay, that's a 13.
Also misses. I'm so sorry.
What is in these trench? What are they putting in these trench coats?
He have a ramshackle hider on underneath this.
Sure. He does look up kind of at Fung, like completely and totally disheartened, and like it's the thing, he looks up and he's just like gonna back up onto his feet, and he's kind of in a defensive stance.
The mutual face of displeasure at you.
Baby Gideon, your turn. EP Gideon.
From over Oster's shoulder, Gideon is just gonna like he kind of like stands up in the bindle, just like lazily like pulls out his bow, and he's just kind of like 5 more minutes. When he's gonna try and like
go for it
with his long bow.
Hell yeah.
That's a 7 plus 6 is a. Is it plus 6? Yeah. 13. So that misses.
I'm afraid. Sorry. We move into.
I will hit someone with this bow and arrow eventually.
You will. I believe in you. I know you can. At level 2, you get a fighting style, so that might help.
Yeah, or maybe I'll just pivot.
So we move to the second round of Kobold's turns, and they are going to go after Oster after that attempt at their friend's life. That is going to be a 22 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
That's going to be... Sorry.
Are these kobolds going to kill us?
That's going to be 3 damage.
Okay.
And the other one is going to attack Gideon. That is also going to be...
But I'm hiding behind Oster.
You have partial cover, I'll say. But does a 22 hit you with partial cover? I think it might.
These kobolds woke up, drank like 7 cans of Monster, put on their Kevlar trench coats, and chose violence.
Yeah, they did. You all should choose violence too. You take 4 points of piercing damage. It's going to be Deceit's turn, and they see you. They kind of see you, like you guys, like they see Oster miss twice. They see Gideon miss, and they're just like, I guess I have to do everything around here. And they're going to cast a spell. 9, 14.
Are they honk shoe meing?
14 and 5 is 19 and 1 is 20. They're going to put the second 2 kobolds to sleep. So the second 2 kobolds that attacked you all just kind of like honk shoe me. How much hit points does Gideon have?
8.
Left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe I could have put him to sleep. Back to EG.
Yeah, I was about to be like, Gideon's like, can you do that to me?
You do that to me. So 2 of the kobolds actually head to sleep, and then you actually also hear Deceit. snore as well. So they've gone to sleep themselves. They're also out of combat.
Oh, how inelegant.
Back to the top of the round, we have kobolds. We have the kobolds again. They're going to go for fun because you killed their friend. That's a miss, and it might be a nat 20.
Oh god, bring it on! I can take it.
So
I think
I do nat 20s the way Declan does nat 20s, where you get the max number on the die and then you roll again. How much HP do you have left?
Oh, 8.
Okay. You need them to roll low on the second dice that they're rolling on.
Oh boy.
Okay. They got 7 total. So you have 1 HP.
Oh my goodness, these kobolds are wrecking us.
That's going to be the end of that kobold's turn because one of them missed and the other one crit. Your turn, Fung.
Okay.
How's that grand strategy going for you, Fung?
Disappear you.
And now Fung is gonna glare at them. She is pissed off now. She will look down at these 2 remaining kobolds and goes, you are lesser creations of greater drakes. You are an affront and an abomination. You are not worth the dirt that you walk upon, a disgrace to real dragons, and I will send you to the dirt where you belong, and I'm gonna slash at them.
You go quietly, like, damn, you need to bring the race into it. Whoa, okay. That was very kobold of you.
Kobold of you. You get the opposite of inspiration for that, Ralph.
Yep.
That's what I wanted my first bar character to be. I wanted them to be able to give anti-inspiration to people, which is really busted, but like...
Yeah.
I rolled a 21 to hit.
It's safe to say you hit with that one. Let's roll the dice.
Okay.
Come on,
okay.
Kobold,
And I rolled 6 damage.
6 total.
Yeah.
Nice. He is dead.
Yet more red ribbons.
More red ribbons happen, and same when you get hit. So there's this really dramatic moment, and I think Deceit has like played up how much Fung got hit. And Fung, you back at the Bard's Quill is like, you're getting clowned on by some of these kobolds, and Deceit is just like, yes, this is definitely how this happened.
The real Fung just side eyes Deceit, like,
like, oh, I remember. She was really getting clowned on. She talks a big game. Oster, your turn.
I think at this stage he's just going to try and punt the other one. He's not going to do anything. He's just going to kick.
Cool. Yeah, fully. The other of the 3, right?
Yeah.
Of the 3.
That's a 17 to hit.
That hits. Come on, damage.
That is, 3 damage. Sorry, no, plus, so 4 damage in total.
Still up.
And then again, if it's still standing, he's going to like bounce the other leg and do the same thing.
Boots.
And that is an 18.
Oh yeah, hits.
And that is 10 damage.
Ooh, kicked into oblivion. You absolutely kick this kobold like over a house, and it's just like, bing, gone.
Team Kobold blasting off again.
Absolutely.
Can these please be returning slapstick villains of the campaign?
These are not dead. They're if I get in the DM seat again, they are coming back. They will always be in disguise. He loves the disguise. Back to you, Gideon.
Are their bitches still alive?
There's 2 sleeping.
Oh, okay. Gideon's like, should we just leave?
He kind of like wakes up and it's just like, I mean, we could probably just leave them there. They should be there for a little while.
We could just tie them up.
Oh. Sounds like a good idea. They could hurt other people around here. You're so
perhaps we should
good at thinking.
Perhaps we should question one of them. They were spying on us. We should know what hidden enemies we have.
No, they're not. Gideon just like starts to pull out rope and starts tying them up.
I mean, we could take them with us as prisoners.
Why would we do that?
I don't know. It just sounds like kind of like a scary adventure thing to do. Don't have to. I'm just thinking about it. Deceit is just like romanticizing the life of an adventurer.
It's fine. We leave them behind. I like the challenge of being ambushed by enemies. Keeps my senses
Gideon
sharp.
loops through the trench coat pockets.
They have like old like chicken bones and like nothing else really.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just like they were here to watch you guys.
Yeah, we have.
by the looks.
Have we even got out of the town yet? Like, is this? No.
Nope.
Okay.
If you would like, on your way there, I will say like you guys can take short rests and heal up a little bit because like nobody wasted like spell slots or anything like that.
He takes a short rest on Oster's back.
Yeah, 100%. And I know Fung, you have like a bunch of HP missing, but we can say that you can short rest up to your like you can rest enough on the way with your food and stuff that you're good to get there.
Thank God.
I think if the group are of an opinion that we're gonna just tie these guys up, it's that thing of under like kind of one in each arm. Like Oster's gonna bring them and kind of like leave them outside Wester's house, like tied up with a little sign that says
so weird
bad bad kobolds. And then
he's gonna be so freaked out.
At least they're not bad dragons.
A picture of like a house and like one of them like a poof of smoke over the top of it, like with an arrow pointing that way. And then he's just gonna sign it Oster, Fung, Gideon, Deceit, Matcha.
Yeah, so you guys leave, and as you're leaving, you just hear a "Oh my God!" in the distance. He's freaked out that these tied up kobolds are beside him with a cryptic note beside his house.
like have the money by Thursday. Like, you know, like
I literally that he thinks he's being threatened by you guys a little bit. He's like, what the fuck? I rolled 2 wisdom saving throws for him because disadvantage because he doesn't know you guys that well. He rolled really
Love that.
good.
He got like a 2 and a 5.
I mean, Gideon thought it was a threat, so
that's it. Like it was part of you thought it was a threat, part of you thought it wasn't, so it came off as a threat.
Yeah. Oster is like beaming with himself that like we did a good job. We've stopped some like muggers. Like
he is like, good job on leaving them tied up behind. That'll leave a scene. It'll be great. And like it might come off to Oster that might be like, oh, that'll be like a heroic scene. That's gonna be dramatic. Deceit casts a quick sleep spell on Gideon to get him back to Honkshu Mimi land. You guys
start sucking his thumb.
You guys make your way to Umbridge Hill. It's not too far. It's just a little bit out of town. It's you see as you kind of get there, you were kind of told, or Oster, you probably know this just from probably reading too many books and bits and pieces about Phandalin. You know that Umbridge Hill got its name after 2 feuding dwarf clans fought a battle atop it. The cause of their umbrage is a tale lost to time. But you just know that it was called that because people had a fight over it. Built on the slope of Umbridge Hill is an old stone windmill surrounded by an iron fence.
Line.
Oh, a large winged monster with a spiky tail is currently trying to knock down the windmill's front door. A woman appears in the 2nd floor window and waves at you and yells, "A little help?" You guys approach. What do we do?
Oh yeah. I will charge at the monster. I completely ignored this helpless civilian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess we're going into combat again.
Yeah, Oster just kind of like gestures up the woman and then gestures to Fung, and it's like, "We'll be right there with you, ma'am. We're just going to have to deal with the creature outside your door."
He just kind of goes, That's what I need help with."
Oh,
Gideon.
Oh, okay.
Gideon Gideon wants to look at the monster and like figure out what it is.
Roll me a nature check with advantage because I feel like it's a common enough monster that Gideon might know it, but on the off chance he might not.
Disadvantage or advantage?
Advantage. because it's a common enough. Yeah, it's a manticore.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
now, I know. I was I want Gideon to know.
Yeah, but we're talking. There's an audience, right?
A what?
Who? Hey, chat, the manticore.
Yeah.
Talking to you, chat. Love you.
Guys. This is so manticore.
This is so manticore. I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative again. I forgot there was a manticore here.
I knew there was one.
It's like we're all running the same adventure here, guys.
Right? We all read the same thing,
except the person who's running the game tonight, me.
Yeah,
I was going off.
Next time I DM, I'm not going to read anything.
I'm going off vibes, okay, guys. Leave me alone. Yeah. Deceit is actually going to help in this fight, though, and they are missing 2 slots.
That's so big of them.
I know they're missing 2 spell slots, though, so they actually have no spell slots. They only have 2.
I mean, obviously, one was used for a very important cause.
Of course, putting you to sleep, giving you EB time.
Yeah,
that's an 11 for Oster.
I rolled 15.
I got a 13.
Gideon equals 13. And Deceit, I'm so sad that Deceit isn't level 2 right now and doesn't get the Jack of all trades to initiative.
Oh,
that's so homophobic. I got a 6. I think their dex is +2. It is +2, so that's an 8. This woman is terrified. She's like shrieking. She's hooping and hollering. Oh my god! Why can I never roll like this for my own characters? Okay. Well, the Manticore's going first.
Oh boy, and I'm right at front.
Yep, you're right up front, bestie. You're going to take so much damage this campaign. It's going to be hilarious.
Oh no. And the funny thing is, my character is actually an archer. I don't know why I'm charging it every time.
I kind of live, I'm not going to lie. Jesus, this thing has a lot of HP.
I mean, we're only level 1.
It is going to make a bite and a claw attack on you.
Oh boy. It's up to the 2 of you now.
So the one attack hits, the other one misses.
Oh. Okay, silver linings.
I feel like Oster and Gideon have a very Death Stranding vibe right now. like a baby strapped to the chest, giant box behind him, like on his back.
Fung, you'll take 3 points of piercing damage from the tail attack, or from the bite attack, I think it is.
Okay.
The bite, yeah. You take 3 points of damage. Moving on to Fung, it's your turn.
All right. As it bites into me, I will look at the creature and go, "You abomination, you dare stain my outfit with my own blood. I shall stain it more with your blood now." And I'm going to stab at it.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Take your...
Natural 19. Almost a natural 20.
Oh, so close.
Yep. And I roll 8 damage, but I would like to expend a superiority die to do distracting strike.
Okay.
And I will add that to the damage. So
look over there.
I deal 12 damage, and now the next person that attacks the Manticore will have advantage.
Nice.
Yeah, so I just sweep. I hobble one of his legs so that it like limping, and I will just shout, "You have an opening!" Whoever's going next.
How much damage did you do again?
Oh, 12.
That's it. Jesus Christ. Fucking
Battle
hell. That's
Master.
Yeah, Battle Masters are boots. That is going to be Gideon after Fung, and you can attack with advantage.
Yes.
Oh, is this the first time Gideon's going to land a hit on someone?
I hope so.
It'd be really funny if it isn't. Okay. Yeah, Gideon does the same thing, standing over Oster's back and just goes.
Well, go for it.
Okay. Advantage is a dirty 20.
Nice hits.
Cool. So I just roll damage, which is D8, 7 plus 4, 11. Okay. And then Gideon is going to use his favorite foe ability. Hit a creature with a roll. I mark it as a target as my favorite enemy for 1 minute until I lose concentration. The first time on each of my turns that I hit my favorite enemy and deal damage to it, including when I mark it, I increase the damage to 1d4 by 1d4. So I roll another d4, which is an extra 2. So 13 points of damage.
Ooh, holy crap. So 13 total.
Yeah. So Gideon like raises bow. He's like, every other time I missed, that was a joke. This time I'm serious. Doing and shoots the arrow.
Excellent. Hell yeah.
I was missing my attacks as a bit.
Oster, my friend.
He's going to completely forget that Gideon is on his back because that lady desperately needs help.
100%.
So he's going to follow right after Fung and then see that its tail and its bite. He is actually going to try and grapple it. Like it's that thing of like yanking its mane and yanking its tail to try and grapple.
Cool. Gideon, to stay at range, do you want to have used your movement to like fall out of the Bjorn while Oster is moving?
Yeah, Gideon will tumble and fall on his ass out of it.
Perf. Make your attack roll.
That is a 24. That's a natural 19.
And you're attempting to grapple, correct?
Yes. So I have, but
Perfect.
He actually has the he's got the crushing feat, and I tuck this whole big unarmed strike thing. So it does mean that when he does bludgeoning damage, and I'm not wielding yada yada yada, at the start of each of your turns, you can deal 1d4, and I want to grapple it. Yes, so it has to make a strength thingamajiggy.
Perf. Choose one to choose athletic strength or whatever contested. Once your target strength or dexterity checks. Instead of an attack, you roll and make an athletics check. But you can make the grapple as part of the attack, correct? Yes. Is that what your crusher thing does? Cool.
I think so, yeah.
It rolled dog water anyway. It rolled a 3 plus
do you want me to roll athletics just to be like
what does your feat do
again? So this is more to do with actual pushing it away, and then if I score critical hits on it, so it's not at my current state anyway.
Okay.
So I can.
Make the athletics check then, yeah.
Okay.
You don't need to beat a 6.
That's a 14.
You can absolutely grapple the mane and the tail kind of thing. I'm going to say effectively for this, you stop its tail spike attack. Okay. Currently it can't attack with range, but it can still make claws and bites on Thung and yourself who's on you. Because when you've grappled somebody can still attack you.
That is 7 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And I do have my bonus unless is the grapple.
No, bonus away, absolutely. Because it's still an unarmed attack because you're making an attack with this and then grappling off it.
That's an 18 to hit.
It hits.
And that is... There's no... That's another 4 bludgeoning damage.
You have done quite a bit of damage to this thing in the first turn. It rolls around to Deceit, who has no spell slots, no bitches, no spell slots, nothing left, and it's just kind of like,
oh,
you're ugly, and cast Vicious Mockery on him.
You ugly bitch.
That's cocked. And I have to, as Ryan Murphy famously said, honor the cock. What is my spell casting?
What?
You'll see it when you get later on in thingy Fantasy High. It's got a +1 to wisdom. Yay! It fails its wisdom saving throw. It got a 12. Yippee. And I can do 1d4. That's 4 damage. Holy shit. And it gets disadvantage on its next attack, which is going to be now and against Oster, because it is pissed that you have grappled onto it. It is going to reach back to where you are and just try to claw you. It is going to multi-attack, so it doesn't really have the angle to bite you, so it is going to go try and bite Fung after it attacks you. So it's going to attack you first. It does get disadvantage on this, bringing it to 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
Okay, it hits. That is going to be 5 piercing damage, or 5 slashing damage to you with its claws, and it's going to bite you, Fung. That is going to be 17 to hit.
Oh boy, that hits.
17 hits.
Bring it on! I can.
I really think
probably.
this little ghost cat that holds my D20 is actually blessing my dice because I'm rolling so well because of it. Thank you, Opal.
That's not what I want to
I
hear.
need one like that.
You should. I got it off Opal.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, is that from Opal? I need to get one for myself.
That's going to be 5 points of piercing damage to Fung.
Okay.
How are you looking?
Yeah, 3 hit points.
And it is your turn, Fung.
All right. As it bites me and releases, I'll go, your breath stinks like a marsh in a summer's day. Let me clean it for you. And I'm going to stab it right in the mouth.
Hell yeah. Stab it in the mouth.
That's not
I
how
rolled
you
a 4.
clean.
That's 9.
I'm going to say it is currently being grappled right now. And you're technically flanking with Oster because it is on the other side. So I'm going to give you advantage on that one.
All right.
Makes sense that you'd have advantage because it's grappled. It's currently being held.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Oh, hell yeah, that hits.
All right. Oh, that is 10. And again, I'm going to expend my final superiority die to do again distracting strike. So I do an extra d6 damage. Ooh. Yeah. That's 14 damage. And the next attack have advantage. I stab it right in the mouth. And then I pull it up, like in Dragonheart, and you watch that. Just stab it like off the try, just lift it. You have an angle to the neck.
Go for it, Gideon. Your turn with advantage.
What an opportune moment to slay this creature. And he'll raise his bow arrow.
Gideon is, or not Gideon, Deceit is writing that down, like, to see. Would make for a good character.
Advantage, right?
Yes. Advantage.
That's 20.
Yeah. What's your damage die? A D8?
A D8, yeah.
So that's 8 damage plus your dex plus roll another D8.
And I also have it as I have it marked as well.
So you get another D4. So that's a D8.
So 12 damage 12 minimum.
Plus a D8 plus 12 damage plus your dex. Because it's a D8 plus a D4 plus your dex. And then plus the dice that you roll. Because your dex is what? Plus 4?
Yeah.
You have a 1d4 because of the marked enemy. You have a 1d8 because of your weapon. I'm
so
giving
16,
you 16 plus you roll the whatever. That's bonkers. I love strong criticals because
that's good because the actual die rolls were shit. Plus 5.
See, that makes I fully agree. I started doing these crits.
This is why this crit system works.
That's why I like this crit system because it makes crits feel impactful even when the rolls are shit.
Yep.
When the stories matter.
Your story does not matter. No,
I do that. I do that.
How do you slay this beast?
With an arrow. The way Gideon slays every
beast. It's dead. That's it.
Yeah. No, Gideon does not do glory in like where he's a hunter. A hunter hunts.
I love how so we cut back to the Bard's Quill for a moment, and we see Deceit ramping up this story about this powerful manticore and how Fung was almost taken down and how Oster bravely grappled it and how Deceit was casting spells here and there and
then Gideon's like, yeah, I killed him.
And then as soon as you say that, the scene just kind of drops and the actors just kind of like and then we move on to the next scene. It's just the manticore is dead and you see this woman upstairs. Oster kind of calls out. She's like, "Oh my goodness, you killed it! Such brave heroes! I'll come downstairs." And she just kind of like rushes down, opens up the door, and just kind of like takes a breath. Oh my goodness! I can't believe you attacked that thing. It just wanted food. You could have done anything, but you killed it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it really was a needless slaughter.
I mean, I was in mortal peril, but that's... Come inside. She invites you into the little windmill, and she starts to patch you guys up and patch up your wounds. And
I don't need anything. Gideon didn't take any damage, so Gideon's gonna like hang out outside and like poke at the Manticore corpse, like just like try to like take parts off of it.
You see that she brings you in, and she kind of you notice that she's like rooting through some stuff, and she pulls out just 2 healing potions to give you to anybody who's taken damage. Just to to top yourselves back up, and the next person DMing doesn't have to remember everybody's hit points are low. She just kind of sits you down and just says, "I can't believe you came all this way out. Were you just in the area? Are you here for a reason? What's?"
Oster's gonna look over at like Fung and what was her name again?
She
No, she's an acolyte of... What? Sorry.
Adabra.
Ma'am, this is Master Fung.
Yes, I am Fung. She walks out and she delivers her entire monologue again.
Crushes her hand.
It's been like
Yep.
The sun has actually moved. You see, we again cut back to the Bard's Quill, and the actor playing Fung has this highly exaggerated title, and it is in the most annoyingly sort of like grandiose way. And you actually do see on stage to see has the sun move to midday. And you see like Deceit just kind of looks over to you, Fung, in the Bard's Quill in present day, just kind of says, "I really took some liberties with your titles. They're so magnificent. I just really had to give them all the time to shine. It was so, you know how you say, interesting."
It's giving that sort of like
captures the vibe
person who introduces himself, and it's like, "Hello, yes, Dr. O'Gorman, MA, BA,
Literally.
MSc, PhD,
MSc Paint,
Platinum Overwatch, everything is giving rattled off."
That is genuinely what Fung is giving on stage, and however Fung feels about that off stage, I'll let.
Oh, she's just doing this.
Your retinue of men are having a howl at this. They love this. They're laughing kind of at you, kind of with you, but they know that like seeing you be like embarrassed about it is like their chance to laugh. If they saw you being pissed, they would be still. But seeing you have this like human moment with your friends from years ago is a chance for them to kind of laugh with you about this. We cut back into the windmill, and Adabra is just like, "Well,
and I'm Oster."
It's lovely to meet you, Oster, and is there something I can call you for short? And she says to Fung,
"Fung is enough for the likes of you."
Yes. And Deceit just walks in and it's just like,
"I gave you 2 healing potions."
Literally. Deceit's just like, "Well, I'm Deceit, and outside is unimportant." I don't know what they're doing. They're poking the body at this stage. So, is good now? Is this all we had to do? Deceit just kind of turns to everybody. It's like, is this all we? Is this what we came for? We just came to see that she was okay.
Adabra, the people in Fandolin are a little concerned, ma'am, that you are out here by yourself. And he's kind of like pointing. There's and he's
dragon.
A dragon in the area. And they're hoping that maybe you would come back to the town to take shelter there.
You know what? I will be doing that. I will be going home. Look, ye look wrecked, and keep those healing potions for when you need them, okay? She gave you 2. She gave 1 to Oster, 1 to Fung. And she said, "I know my way around a little bit of healing. So if you adventuring types are always doing something, you're always out, I can maybe keep you here for a few minutes and make sure you're all patched up and ready to go on to the next big thing you're doing. Because you said I should go back to town. That sounds like you're not going back to town with me. Would I be correct?"
That is correct. And he's looking over at Fung. Ma'am, Master Fung has strategized a plan. And
Talking to her. Oh, sorry. I recognize. Did you come here with other adventurers before?
And he's gonna like the fact that the fact that he's been recognized is like that. Oh my God, actually, and then there is just this like, oh, Icespire and Thalia. But he's kind of, it's that thing of like, but Fung's here, but I'm sad, and he's like,
oh my God, a complex human emotion.
That's
oh no,
that's correct. I was here with, and he's gonna point over to Deceit.
Oh yeah, I remember you. You were selling apples.
Yes, from Ethermart Orchard.
Look, just no more pretending to sell apples. I know it was you. I remember it was you. And then Deceit's is like, look, my apples are sealed. And then they just kind of like are just like leaving. She clearly does not like Deceit for some reason. You all seem to be very good.
Why.
Thank you for helping me. And look, I hope these potions are enough to keep you going to wherever you're going next. And I will put in a good word for you at the town hall with Harbin. Did Harbin send you?
Yes, he did. Ma'am, he did. Yes.
Good thing he's looking out for something in the town. My God, he seems to be just wasting.
He's really committed to his paper sales campaign right now. It's quite. His priorities don't seem to be in the right place.
Maybe a persuasion check, or just like a charisma check on that.
In a shocking twist. Oh. Okay, I rolled a 15, so 14.
She rolled really low. So that's what he's doing now. While there's a bloody...
Yeah, he just kept on waving papers in people's faces. People are dying.
Well, look, if there's a dragon around, clearly they're going to need me and my poultices and my potions and my bits and pieces. I know a safe way back to town, well, a pretty hidden way back to town. It's how I got here in the first place. Let me just pack up all my stuff that I have here and I'll be gone. Where are you going next? Where are you heading back to? You're not heading back to town, as we said. Where are you off to?
And he's going.
We're heading off to the Dwarven Excavation. Is that the name of the place, or is that just
There's
the name
Nomengard is the closest one, and the Dwarven Excavation you think is the least
challenging
involved.
Yeah, so we are going to the Dwarven Excavation next.
That's over a bit that way. Actually, on my way back to town, I kind of go by that way a little bit. I can cut a bit off your journey if you come with me. I know some like pass through fields and things, for just being around here. So she can cut like an hour or so off your journey, cutting you through property that would necessarily be known to you on the way for saving her. So you kind of chatter with her a little bit, wait for her to pack up all of her stuff, and you get to head off on the road to the Dwarven Excavation.
Gideon has like harvested the tail spikes from the Malachor.
Give me your survival check.
Easy.
Let's see what you...
GG easy. Yeah, 23.
You get some nice tail spikes from the Manticore.
Yeah. He starts like tying them to his arrows.
Oh yeah. We'll see what that does. You guys, I'm playing Bloodborne. What are you guys doing? You guys pack up or help, or you watch Adabra get all of her stuff together, and you head out with her towards the Dwarven Excavation. It can cut you through a field or two over a little stream, and you see, as we watch our heroes settle over the hill and over this little stream, we see it kind of stops. Everything kind of stops and halts and holds still as...
Record scratch.
Yeah, that record scratch moment. And we cut back to the Bard's Quill, and one of the actors comes out from the wings, and it's just like, Director, this isn't what we signed up for. It was Phandalin, Scene, end. That's all we're paid for. Are we doing overtime now? And the seat is just like, get backstage. Get backstage. I'll talk to you later. Don't tell the union. Get back. Well, it looks like that's all I really remember that happened. I believe, yeah, let me just, and Deceit is just like excusing themselves, and you just hear like shouting and arguments and fighting behind the stage, and you hear a slap from behind the stage, and Deceit go, oh, and like a dramatic, like, oh, and they walk out, like just holding their face, like, all of my stupid actors quit. So I guess somebody else is going to have to pick up the story. Get this stage away from me. And they like flee to their room. And that is the story of how our adventures started off in Phandalin.
Amazing.
How have all of our people reacted to Deceit's little kerfuffle, do we think, in the moment?
Oh, Gideon is laughing harshly.
Excellent.
Like Oster's like literally like he had prepared little cucumber rolls and so it's like with a mouth full of those he's just standing up and he's applauding, like he's full on, like
he thought it was part of the
yeah, he thought like he's just enamored as always with Deceit's like commitment to the bit.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Love.
Fung is just watching, like her face is something like this. I'm like that for like a while, just sitting there, and then she's gonna go, I'm gonna have a few choice words of Deceit. Excuse me. He stands up and then goes off stage, and then you just hear noises and kerfuffles.
Another slap.
The scene of that would be like the kind of angry like person. What like it, somehow there's a trailer in like the hallway.
Yeah, Deceit's room is actually just in the shape of like a trailer.
Yeah,
like,
it's like
trailer shape, and there's like little steps.
The second floor or the first floor of the Bard's Quill is just kind of cut out, and there's just a trailer there with a star on the front that says Deceit in beautiful cursive writing, and you're just banging on the front, and they're like, I don't want to talk to anyone, and they're just having a moment in their trailer. Thank you, adventurers, for coming with me on this stupid journey I was half prepared for.
No, that was fab.
It's the most prepared I've ever seen you.
Honestly, that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot.
Shall we?
It is both true and yeah.
Roll for our next DM.
Yes. So everyone, we're going.
And just because Emma's not here doesn't mean Emma's out of the role. So
I'm out of the role.
Yes, you are out of the role. So we'll go.
You can't roll at all.
Nikki 1, Ralph 2, I'll go 3, and Emma will be 4.
Oh, I didn't.
And our dice should hopefully be on screen. Or if they're not,
knowing my luck is going to be me again.
They're about to, maybe, possibly.
We see them.
Great. Yeah, we're gonna throw a D4, and away we go. And it's Emma. On a 4.
Aha.
Oh my gosh.
So
I can't wait to see what Masha does.
She's gonna get a text on her holidays and be like, "What the?
What?
Get prepped.
Like best watch the VOD, Emma."
Bad news, Emma.
And with that, as we get the seat ready for Emma, and I don't want to say it's Emma's first time DMing. It's definitely their first time DMing on stream. But I think it will be one of Emma's first times as a DM.
Incredible.
So I'm excited to see what they bring as we head to the Dwarven excavation site. That's all we have time for this evening. Thank you so much to Dahi for bringing so much fun and chaos
and drama
and theatrics to
and Conflama Mama. That's what I'm all about.
Our first foray around Phandalin, and then Nikki and Ralph for doing what they do best,
being here.
So that was Random DMs. We're back in 2 weeks' time for another episode. Until then, do check out our socials. You can catch us on D8 Dungeon on all the big channels. You can hop over to our Discord server where some of the coolest people on the world exist. And you can check out our other shows. Every second Monday, we have Beyond Horizon's Edge. That's coming up this Monday coming. Every second Friday, we release a new episode of our podcast series, Romancing the Dungeon. Sorry, award-winning podcast series. Romancing the Dungeon. Sorry, just throw that in there.
Emmy nominated.
Soon to be Emmy nominated podcast series. And we have some other shows in the works kicking off very, very soon. And I mentioned at the top of the show that we are back once again with D8 Dungeon Drive this year for the August bank holiday weekend. So
come along, it's so fun.
It's promising to be a heck of a lot. Like, and just in case anybody is wondering, have Amber and I got our tattoos yet? No, we haven't, but we've booked in for our tattoo artist, and we will both have our tattoos before the next D8 Dungeon Drive.
So enough time for you guys to be ordered by the fundraiser to get another tattoo.
Yeah, we're gonna have to think of a different goal.
Yes, we'll brainstorm.
Goal. Yeah, we'll see. But head over to the Discord if you want to get involved. If you want to maybe DM or you want to volunteer and help out with the coordination and the organization of the event. Maybe you just want to be a player. Tomorrow on our Discord server, we are going to drop the application form early. And it'll only be on our Discord server for about a week or two, and we'll give kind of first preference to folks over there. So do check that out. Until then, that's all we have time for. And we will.
Oh my god! I've wrapped up a game early.
What?
The last game we played added like an extra 2 hours that we played for.
Yeah,
so,
the last time I DM'd, I meant it to be 3 hours and it was 5. So look at me going under. Look at me reaching goals.
Look at you doing less.
We're celebrating doing less over here at D8 Dungeon. Goodbye now.
Always doing less than the bare minimum.
Yep. We're changing the name from D8 to D7.
Yeah.
We're doing a little less.
Have a good week, and we will see you soon.
Stay random.